And it is going to be the disruptor for
Of course,
Spirit.
disruptor.
And actually TP's in towards the mid tower. So
Yes,
rotating through with the Chen, Biver, one rock, second rock hits onto Dendi. Beautiful micro from Biver. And no Spirit Lance available, but just a big right click from Illidan. Benji hanging around as well. It is nighttime, but they do catch a glimpse of the disruptor now. Glimpse will find him. Kinetic field will latch, and rotating in with the Chen should be an easy kill onto LeBron. Biver the one to pick up the last hit here, and they do it right on the timing of the siege creep.
Top tower has fallen.
General rotating in, but is scouted by the Chen creep. Biver could be in trouble. Will get burrowed up and brought down. Illidan rotating in, but he's by his lonesome, and DK Phobos made his way to the top lane again. Does get lifted into the arrow, but feels like he should survive. Has some wand charges. Now the leap forward by Crystallize. He's in trouble under the tower. Firestorm burning him down. And the return kill will be there from DK Phobos. Biver has a dust on him. And will be able to pop it, find the AA, run away from General. General tries to burrow defensively, and Lil will rotate in. They get the lift up. Crystallize finally rotating, but the Spirit Siphon is there for G. Now rotation in from the Disruptor. Meanwhile, Dendi goes down solo to the PL, and the send back on the DP is successful, quote unquote. PL gonna be blown up instantly as he makes his way bottom. General gonna try and sandstorm up the wave. Static Storm is there, and the Kinetic Field latches. Nice play by FNG. Will secure them a kill and more than likely a tower. Looks like Navi actually more than willing to fully defend this. Sentry is down. He's going to catch Crystallize. Glimpse away, though, onto the Mirana. Illidan going to be fine for now. Lil going to try and find him in the corner. Ice Blast is going to whiff as the send back from the Chen. But Navi still going to run into it. The Static Storm will be there onto 2. The Root is there as well, but Dendi still going to be able to fire away from the backlines with the Assassinate General. And FNG close by, but the Sand King, he's out in no man's land now, is going to be brought down. And what's more is both these cores are going to be able to accelerate their farm. Dendi has been behind for a while. We'll get Thunderstruck up. Dark Rift going to come through. The Moonlight Shadow will be there, but perhaps a little bit too little, too late as Dendi glimpses back into the Static Storm. Meanwhile, mid lane, G in trouble. They're going to look to go on him and Crystallize. Well, Hand of God and Yules is there for now. Lil hanging around with the Crypt Swarm. G going to have a couple of siphons there, keeping him alive. And one more right click. They will be able to get the Aegis, but they've committed fairly deep for this. Now General rotating in. Ice Blast is going to be there preemptively, beautifully chained, and the Death Prophet going to be shredded. Now bot lane, Ice Blast will connect onto the Disruptor. Crimson Guard will be there. He'll get the Static Storm off, but Lil, while trying to get out, he is able to be force staffed away. The Disruptor will end up going down. Lil gonna Yules himself up, but likely to fall shortly. It'll be the 1-for-1 trade, but there's no Ice Blast available. General hanging around, has the Epicenter and the Blink available. Will duck himself into the trees. Thinks about queuing it up, but his AA gonna die so quickly. Yeah, Crystallize gonna jump forward onto FNG. Hand of God will be there, but the Ice Blast flying through doesn't really connect onto anyone, and now BKB is gonna be popped out by Crystallize. Illidan forced to back away, but they do get that BKB charge away from the Mirana, which is gonna mean likely they can't take this Rochelle. Now Uber trying to take them away, and it will be able to. They get the Aegis. Right after that Aegis attempt to get a fight. Now Kinetic Field going to jump out. They will find the Disruptor. Ice Blast will hit point blank range onto FNG. He will end up dropping. TK Phobos a little bit too tanky to pursue. And now from the back lines, Illidan going to jump in alongside G. They do not have Exorcism for this fight though. And Dendi going to be able to turn to the north and run. Now turns around going in onto G. Epicenter going to fly through. Really only connects onto DK Phobos. The Burrow Strike is onto 2 though, and nobody touching Dendi as he has free reign in the back to take out G's Aegis. General hanging around. Sandstorm is there. DK Phobos TPing in towards the shrine. G gonna pop the BKB, but taking so many right clicks from the sniper. He is able to back into the fog, however, and now DK Phobos trying to jump up towards the sniper. Illidan jumping forward with the Silver Edge. Dendi turning and completely running. Break is there onto the Mirana. One more right click will take out Crystallize. It looks like the press from Navi, but Illidan in trouble now, does not have the cheese, and he's just going to end up dropping. Now, coming through is Dendi with the Assassinate, connects onto DK Phobos. He needs to get into the fight. Shrapnel will be there to slow them for a moment. FNG in trouble is going to glimpse back Dendi, but not before he dies. And now Rubik as well for Lil, trying to run away. Will drop down the Firestorm and make his way out. Spirit Lance available for Lil. Oh, the Crypt Swarm nicely placed by G.
Oh, that's huge if they manage to jump that, especially if Illidan runs into them.
Illidan gonna look to find the sniper. They'll try and glimpse him back, but Illidan in trouble. They force out of the static storm. Arrow connects, and they'll get the PL. Illidan just a little bit too quick for his teammates. And now they will be able to find DK Phobos. He's instantly going to charge up the Dark Rift, but he is going to shatter before he can get it off. Now Biver forcing forward, trying to save his Underlord. 30 seconds until Illidan's PL is back. General gonna hit a 3-man burrow. Ice Blast will not really connect, but they bring down the Disruptor immediately. General gonna be able to make it back into his Yules. G in trouble. Jumping forward is Crystallized, looking for the right clicks, not gonna be able to get him. Lift up into the air onto the Underlord, and Burrow Strike will not connect as he is able to bring back his Chen. They'll make the rotation up towards a very key target in Illidan's PL on the low ground. And General, with a little bit of cold feet there, is going to blink away. Illidan looks like he'll be able to make it away. They're fighting around this shrine here. Static Storm doesn't really catch onto anyone. Chilling Effect will be onto a couple of heroes, but Crystallize is completely in the front lines, tanking all this damage with his Aegis. General, now in the corner, is going to be able to Yules himself up. Static Storm is there onto the respawning Crystallized Mirana. General forced to jump out to the east, but from the high ground, Dendi still right-clicking away, is going to get down the PL and the Underlord. And now G, out by his lonesome, is going to be Yulesed up. And we've seen this time and time again. When you leave a sniper unchecked, you can kill the rest of his lineup, but he will make you pay. And now Epicenter, well, flying through on the north side, is going to force G to pop the BKB. General going to be glimpsed back. Yules up into the air as the cores work on the PL bottom lane. Illidan, a couple of leaps forward on Crystallized, and gets the right clicks in time. And Dendi still surviving in the backline. Crystallized gets the cheese off in time as well. And General just playing out of his mind in this late game with these burrow strikes. Buyback comes out on Chen, but it seems like a little bit too late for Spirit, as their PL down for 60 seconds without a whimper. And G is going to be burrowed up. Second lane of Rack's going to be taken out here, and now gonna Yules himself up into the air on the DP, gets sent back. General gonna clean up the top lane, and desperation time for Team Spirit as they make a smoke over towards their shrine. Will be taken out. Illidan gonna jump forward onto Crystallize. Crystallize holding the BKB for now, will end up popping it, as does Illidan. And Dendi gonna try and get some distance now, but G really jumping forward onto him. Force Staff will not bring him to the high ground, but he does get placed under invisibility by the Moonlight Shadow. Still though, Dendi in a lot of trouble here. Yules up into the air, and they will be able to take out the sniper. Now General gonna fly through with the Epicenter. Arrow does connect onto DK Phobos. They'll buy back on Dendi and look to end the game here as he'll begin to right click away. General still very healthy here. Will E-Blade himself, but forced back. He's actually gonna be brought down, and now the canceled TP from the AA. Dendi gonna be glimpsed back, it seems, as he TP'd back in off buyback. And now G pressing forward. Crystallized though, forced up, but glimpsed back again. And this Disruptor paying dividends in the ultra late game.
This tower is going to take damage. Down to 300 health. That's like 5-6 hits from a sniper, and then it should be done for. It's a slow and painful death right now, and I feel like Spirit needs to do something like a wraparound outside the base. But how do you set that up if your lanes are constantly pushing in, if your PL has to show in the front?
E-Blade onto the PL, gonna force out the Doppelganger. Now G pops the Exorcism, gets a couple of men silence off, and now forced back onto Dendi. He's trying to get distance here. PL up in his face. Ice Blast will connect though onto the PL. Doppelganger is there. Illidan gonna completely turn and run from this fight. Moonlight Shadow is gonna be there onto Dendi, but he's slowed up, and the Shivas is there. Dendi in trouble, gets glimmered for a moment, will be brought down, but the Epicenter finds a return kill onto the Underlord. And Chen G though pressing forward for more. Has his BKB expired. Crystallize gonna lose the Aegis for now. And LeBron gonna force himself away to, well, momentary safety as he's taken out. Arrow's gonna fly out, connects onto G, but they can't really press forward onto him. Lil gonna use the Refresher Shard and make it away. Had the stolen Exorcism for a moment. Yep.
So, also, no Epicenter for 30. That's the stolen Exorcism.
Lil isolated though. Eul Scepter is there. Arrow gonna fly, not gonna connect onto anyone. General's nearby, gets the E-Blade off onto Lil, but still, he's gonna end up dropping. No buyback for the Rubik. Navi in a little bit of trouble here. 20 seconds until they get their AA back. 45 until Dendi is up. And Spirit should be well aware that these buybacks are not available at this point.
Because they really have to. Already using the Fortify. That's a lot of range creeps.
Arrow will hit onto an illusion. Ice Blast gonna fly through. Gonna be dodged out completely by the Spirit lineup. Jump forward, Epicenter, E-Blade. Gonna try and take out the Disruptor. They will be able to get him. Burrow Strike will be there. They try and force him away. Illidan, he's been isolated out and he's left for dead. That's a beautiful 4-staff play from General.
Pretty sure they want to go for Rosh themselves, but they're gonna scout it out.
TPing onto the Wild Wing is DK Phobos. He'll catch an arrow though. Epicenter gonna fly through as well. Ice Blast is there. He's a bit isolated out as Phobos, but gets the 4-staff up to the high ground. Dendy now in trouble as G and Illidan look to pursue him. Lil with the TPing out gets Dendy back to base, but now he's left the rest of his lineup here as Crystallize gonna be glimpsed back into his death and right in front of the Roche pit. Yeah, Lil tries to TP in towards the bottom lane, in fact. And now walking back towards the mid as Aegis is going to be secured by the PL. TPing back to base is the Disruptor. Dendy takes out a tier 4 and Exorcism will be popped by G. He does have 2 ways to refresh this. And a cheese in hand.
Stolen again.
Hero
Double bullseye.
Oh, Epicenter coming out, and they are gonna find the Disruptor on the east, blow him up instantly. G gonna pop the BKB, jump forward with the stolen Exorcism from Lil. He's gonna be thrown up into the air, but they have enough to keep him protected, and now they will pursue forward. Silence ending for General. He's under the cover of invisibility, finds a Burrow Strike onto the Underlord. Penitence will be there onto the Sand King, and now a BKB pop from Illidan. He'll fly in and shred the AA, but the PL in trouble as well as his BKB expires. Hand of God gonna come through. E-Blade defensively used onto General. He will Burrow Strike up the Underlord, but will pay for his sins. General looking for the long range. Bro is going to get hexed up instantly. He gets 4-staffed out of the Static Storm though, and they at least force out the Static Storm. Root is going to catch on too. Silence will be there. Force defensive Yules onto the Rubik. Ice Blast going to fly through. Chilling Effect will connect onto a few. Illidan actually in trouble if they can find him, but he will be able to make it out. DK Phobos taking a ton of damage, is going to drop on the Underlord. Does have buyback available. Illidan is going to survive through the Chilling Effect. Biggest problem for Spirit right now seems to be this bottom lane of creeps. Meanwhile, mid lane, they are going to go in. Assassinate is going to take out the Underlord who had bought back. G up in the front lines. Crystallize going to be glimpsed back into the Static Storm. He's taking a ton of damage and will be brought down instantly. Buys back. Hand of God is going to be there. General going to pursue forward with a 2-man Burrow Strike. Looks like FNG in trouble. He's going to be forced back to safety. Lil cannot take him out as he's sent back by Chen, and General does go down. Yule Scepter up onto Lil, but he's isolated in front of G. Shiva's Guard will take out the Rubik. Meanwhile, on the north side, it looks like they were able to get the PL down. Dendy, Hurricane Pike up onto G. He's going to be hexed up, however. Biver jumping forward with his Death Prophet. Dendy in trouble here. And it looks like he will end up dropping Ancient Creep from the Biver. Oh, he has BKB. And he takes out G. Glimpse is going to be there from FNG. He'll turn and kill off the Disruptor. Ultra kill for Dendy. And that's a dieback. Ice Blast's going to fly out. Illidan is there, however, and will get Dendy. He has a buyback available, though. Yeah, they are going to try and find G. He does pop off the first exorcism and walks away to the safe arms of his Underlord. Now looking for Crystallize here. And they will be able to find him with the Hex. Crystallize in a lot of trouble, is going to get melted. His buyback is available. Meanwhile, Static Storm connects onto Dendy in the back lines. They're looking to pressure him forward. E-Blade was there from General, but Dendy going to drop as well. He does not have buyback. Rapier on the deck. This could be it for Navi in the upper bracket. General gets a couple man Burrow Strike off. They do take out FNG. Illidan in a little bit of trouble, but will be able to back off and reset. G still in the front lines. Lil has a stolen Exorcism, and they buy back on General. Ice Blast Chilling Effect will connect onto DK Phobos.
Put your Sylvage into your backpack and use your Butterfly on your boots. Thank you.
It's that late game invisibility, man. It's like your pubs. It's OP. Dendy is finally up in 5 seconds. Illidan, BKB's up, takes out the melee racks. Looking for the megas here. Ice Blast gonna fly out with the lift, does connect onto Illidan. He's in trouble here. Assassinate, not gonna connect. Send back is there, but he does end up dying in the fountain. G in trouble. He will be able to be taken back by the Underlord Dark Rift. Illidan though on the sidelines. The Rapier, however, in the Radiant base. General TPing in mid. Goes for a blink forward, finds a burrow onto one. He's hexed up instantly. Static Storm is there as well. Could be the beginning of the end for Na'Vi, as Dendi not really even in position to start fighting. Crystallize does get a right click, some right clicks off and finishes off the Disruptor. They'll buy back the PL here though. Ice Blast finishes off DK Phobos. Again, all the buybacks are available for the Radiant. Na'Vi looking to extricate themselves from any further danger. Literally sent the courier on a death mission. Hex mid lane. Biver comes in and finds General, but he doesn't really have much support, as now G gonna jump forward with the hasted exorcism, looks for the Shivas, trying to take down General, and will be able to get him. 99 seconds on the silence, but does have buyback. Crystallize now looking to reset with his unit. Cold Feet gonna proc on a couple of Team Spirit heroes. Glimpse back, Hex, Crystallize in trouble, gonna get glimmered and forced away a couple of times. Now lift up onto the DP. Illidan taking a few right clicks. Cold Feet was gonna proc. They can't bring him down though. And Assassinate will be dodged by the Eul Scepter. BKB, Doppelganger there from Illidan, now on the north side. They'll Hex up the Sand King once again. General is gonna die as a pig. Now Glimpse back. Dendi gonna dodge it with the BKB. Exorcism popped once again. Arrow gonna fly out, not gonna connect on anything significant. G gonna start to put work into the tier 4s. There's no split push play available for Na'Vi. They get the nullifier off onto the sniper, but he's able to be forced onto the high ground. Cheese is gonna be popped by Mirana, but Crystallize still in trouble here with the Pit of Malice Fruit, keeping her in place. Still though, Objective Gaming as Team Spirit work on the tier 4s. Ice Blast is going to connect onto 2, but on the north side, Lil in trouble. Illidan going forward onto the sniper. Dendi's going to be brought down. He buys back immediately. They're starting to work on the throne though, and do they have an answer for this just yet? Cold Feet going to be propped by LeBron. They need to be able to take out Illidan and G, and they haven't been able to do it and bump Na'Vi down to the lower bracket.